Thank you guys for coming in. Seeing a lot of good familiar faces. A few of you guys I've been able to do a one-on-one with this week. I'm very sorry if I haven't gotten back to you. You guys are pushing. All of your leads are getting way better. I'm super happy. I'm not much of a teacher and I would never consider myself a teacher, but a lot of you guys are giving me compliments where it's like, this is bringing a lot of value. And yes, that's nice to hear, but I'd rather see the action part of it. And the leads are getting better for sure. I bet before I would get about 30 or 40 leads from you guys, and I'd say about 5 were good. I'm thinking like 90% right now of you guys' leads that you're submitting are great. And we're talking to the homeowners and talking to agents. It's just hit or miss, but at least the lead itself is solid. So kudos to you guys for taking action. It's so cool to see. I love it. It warms my heart for sure. But let's get into this. What do you guys have? Do you have any questions as far as any situations you come across? I'm going to give this just another minute or two, and then I'll just dive into just making calls. We'll go through this stuff so you guys can hear what red agents sound like, what yellow agents sound like, what a laydown sounds like. I had an agent tell me creative finance was harmful and that you need to follow up with him. Yeah, let's find out why he thinks it's harmful. Don't just let people tell you a blanket excuse. Most of the time it is. It's kind of them reverberating something that somebody already said, like, oh, it's illegal. Oh, that title company said it's illegal, so I guess it's illegal completely. Like, no one really digs into why and asking the right questions. So Abraham, if you want, let's go through that one. If you want to follow up on them, we could either do it here live for everybody to see or message me privately, whatever you guys want. Nobody's got questions? Interrupt me.
Hi, Jose.
Hey.
Hi. So now I have my stuff set up, let's say prop stream, Mojo caller and all that sort of stuff. But I feel like when I call, I just think that I'm doing it very slow because I checked on every case, every whatever. So what is the best way to do is like, if I have actually set up like the criteria you mentioned and just keep on dialing people, and if they say yes, and I just go back, or like I wouldn't even spend time to look at the property itself, but just keep on calling. Is that the best way to get the leads?
As far as you're saying, what's the best way to contact everybody?
Yeah, to like speed up the whole process, because I felt like I spent a lot of time to do the research, look at them before I make a call, and afterwards like, okay, they're not calling back or whatever. And even I go to True People's Find, some of the number doesn't even work. So I'm just wondering what's the best way to, how do you do it, to make like 2,000 calls a day, basically?
We don't need to. That's what I'm trying to teach you. With 20 calls a day, just 20, you can probably reach about 8 to 10 and have two solid conversations. With these, you don't need a VA. You don't need, not yet, just to start. You go one by one, just do 20 a day. Don't kill yourself with phone calls.
Okay.
Because these leads are way better. They are, I wouldn't compare them and say better, but I would just say they're way more niche. They're way more focused. It's not an listing where we don't know what happened. We know exactly what's going on, and we know what the realtor can and cannot do. So you don't need to worry about a big influx of phone calls. Just try and understand that if you're specifically low equity, if you're just those types of phone calls, when you're filtering them, just try and hit the ones that are closest to fair market value or underwater.
Okay.
If you can get very close to fair market value with the mortgage balance, that means that cost and the realtor fees are going to eat up all the profit, and the seller has to pay to get rid of it.
Right. Okay.
Only two things you're going to be looking at is the mortgage balance compared to the market rent, to the market value, and the interest rate. Make sure it's under 5%. With just those two things, start calling. Just go for it.
Okay. Okay. And do you actually get more like better results when you reach broker or the seller? Which one you have better results, basically?
I would say it's pretty even.
Okay.
I personally tend to, I personally tend to go a little bit of both. Um, with agents, I just kind of relate a little more. I don't have the hurdle of explain what a real estate transaction is, what a process is. There's not that fear where a realtor doesn't really have much fear other than protection of their client and the right paperwork. If you get those right, perfectly fine. You're in the clear. But with the seller, direct to just a normal Joe, it's a little more difficult because now you have to teach them all the way through, usually.
Okay, got it. All right.
A little easier with agents. They have also an incentive. They're trying to get paid.
Sure. Understand. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Welcome. Anyone else, guys? Going once, going twice. I need to put some ambient music on. Hey, Jason, I'm looking at your, is that a background office? That looks pretty cool. If that was your real office, I was gonna commend you on it. Yeah. All right, let's get rolling, guys. What screen are you guys looking at? Okay, you're sharing that. So let's take a look at some leads here. Do you guys have a county you want to hit? Any? Oh, another thing I do want to talk to you guys about now that I asked that. Oh, shoot. When I've been going through these leads over the last couple of weeks, specifically with low equity stuff, I'm finding more and more that these major cities like Orlando, Miami, Tampa, Dallas, LA, Houston, we've got a lot of creative agents, a lot of creative people reaching out to a ton of homeowners. Just a little secret sauce here for you guys. If you guys are just starting, whatever your market is going to be, usually you want a market that's going to be easy to rent out, in a good urban to suburban area, where there's a lot of people, but they're getting bombarded right now with calls. I would suggest taking your calls out to just a random area, let's say like Memphis or St. Louis, Minneapolis, cities that I feel like not so many people are hitting right now. You can get good practice, and not a lot of people are bombarding them with calls. So when you come with a creative option, you're usually the first one to come with a creative option, and they're open. They're actually nicer people, to be honest, when you're out of the urban area. So I feel like you guys, if you want good practice, don't try and hit the major urban areas, because leave that for the pros. Leave that for the people that they can overcome objections left and right. When you go out to like Billings or these random cities, these more suburban cities, you're going to get much less objections. You're going to get people just nicer and more open to things. So just a little tip. Hopefully you guys take it. I've noticed just from a couple leads that you guys have brought to me, I've got Bakersfield, California. I'm doing a deal. Indianapolis. We've got the one from Maryland, and it's just way nicer agents, way nicer sellers. And I'm closing them like nothing, really quick. If they're open to it, they're done. We can get the deal across the finish line, and they'll be able to. I'd actually rather come across a deal like that, because I feel more willing to give a very, very fair deal than someone that has a million objections and is fighting me on everything. I'd rather help a homeowner that's open to it, open to the idea, and just is truly looking for help. It's just working out better. Just some advice. Let's get to it. All right. On that note, let's go to some random cities, guys. And raise your hand if you're willing to jump on a phone call. I want you guys to listen to a couple of my calls first. And then let's go and hopefully a few of you guys raise your hands and let's actually get going. There's no point in being here if you're not going to take action. I'm going to go with, I want something in the Blue Ridge Mountains. I need to get away from the city. As you guys can see, I need a break. A real one. No family, no friends, no nothing, just in the mountains. Yeah, let's go with Chattanooga. That sounds cool. Wow, I don't even know how to spell Chattanooga. And it's right in front of me. One downfall, guys, you are not going to get as many leads with these certain areas, but don't worry about it. Just practice. This is all about practice. This is all about getting a decent deal. For those of you that this is your first time, I'm sorry, I'm just running through this real quick because I do want to get to phone calls. If you want to look at what the filters I'm using are, check out the replays on my last videos. I would go through it again, but that's going to take away from value with everybody that's been showing up. I love you, but make good use of your resources. %5 max rate. And we're pretty good. 11's not too bad. 90-30. Nice. Okay. 90-30 stand for, where are we? Let me get rid of this thing. Stand for, sorry, a little dyslexic there. Slightly renovated. What year is this house? Nice 3.2. Let's go with home details. What year is this thing? A 2009 house. Okay. Not too bad. Clean. I'm not a fan of the flooring, but I'm already at peace just looking at these pictures. Okay, let's get to it. We're gonna see 310's estimate. So we're gonna look at the history, what happened here. They haven't listed at all again. So when they last purchased it, they haven't relisted at all. 310. Let's calculate this thing. 310. Traditionally, you multiply by 0.93. We've got 288. And then we've got a loan of 226. 62,000 equity. Let's see if they want to sell. With that type of mortgage payment, I'm pretty sure we could rent that puppy out for like 1,500 at least. I don't even know the market, but yeah, probably 1,600. I'm not gonna need my MLS. Let's go backwards, address search. Oh, I can't share this information, guys. Go to True People Search and start doing your research, guys. Reverse address and do all that. I just don't want to do it on YouTube because it'll take my video down. Give this people a call. 925.
Hi there, this is Eric Tedman.
I will go ahead and text them and ask them if they're interested in selling. At least I know that's the correct number. Normally I would double dial guys or something like that, but being that we're calling during work hours, just be respectful and mindful of people. If it was after hours, definitely go ahead and blow up their phone, but I don't recommend it during work hours. Other people will tell you different though. To each their own. Okay, I put hi blank, called about address, really liked your kitchen and looks like it was just recently renoed. Checking to see if you were open to selling. Give me a call, thanks. Plain and simple. And that's it. Sent and go to the next. So let's go with an 8913 Wooten. Am I frozen, guys?
No.
No, I'm good. Okay. We are looking at a 285 estimate. Let's see. They just sold it June 7th. Being that they just sold it, we will leave them alone. So that's 2. Back to your point, Lisa, I'm trying to get through these. I want you to see how much time I'm taking on checking these leads. So in those 2, we just looked for 7 minutes. 7837 Stonehenge. (1973) house, half an acre, was listed and they took it off. 644 estimate. Oh, what did they list it at 670. So let's roll with 650 times 0.93. We've got 6045, and the mortgage balance, we subtract that from that number, 854, 7,600 bucks they were going to walk away with. My goodness. Let's put some money in these people's pockets. Eight, 3, 7. Anton Marchand. Owner of this property's name sounds very familiar. I hope I don't end up knowing them, or maybe I do. A huge house. I'm gonna call the next number on the list.
What?
Highway, Anton?
What?
Is this Anton?
No longer.
Okay, thank you. So my next step is I would look for them all over the place, and probably trace them somewhere else, but I'm going for speed, guys. I want you guys to hear a phone call. So let's keep going. 5019 Renaissance. If you guys have any questions, feel free to throw it in the chat. I'm not looking at the chat right now, but I think I'm about to pull it up.
Jose, can
Hi.
I know, let's say, hi, when you get a SubTo, but then you don't want to own it, can you easily sell it off, like wholesale it out and still make some money out of it? Because it's such a tight margin in there, is that right?
Yeah, there's a tight margin, but also at the same time, it's a tight margin for the seller. But for us, we want to be under 10% of an entry fee, regardless of what's going on. So let's say that last homeowner was going to walk away with 7,000 traditionally, right? We come, we offer them 10 or 15,000 because we do want to keep the interest rate. And from that 10 or 15,000, let's say they say yes, or 20,000, whatever the number is. I believe that was a $700,000 house. 10%, a decent entry fee would be around, since it's a little bit of a suburban area, I would say between 9 and 10% entry. We're looking at 60,000 to get into the house.
Yeah.
We've got plenty of room.
Yeah,
to
that's
sell the property at a big assignment fee. Or if the cash flow is not enough, you can just give another, JV with another SubTo student. I personally would jump in at that low of a fee, and pay out a pretty good assignment fee. You don't have to all the time like get a giant assignment fee, guys. What you want is to build a relationship with somebody. So if you come across a deal like that, I would take something normal, a normal assignment fee, instead of inflating it just because there's space. And now you've got a buyer that comes in, they come in at like 7%, 6% of what the purchase price normally would be. And they're getting an awesome deal. They're going to come to you for 50 more. So just remember, you want to build relationships at the same time that you're making money.
right. So say that's a 60,000 profit. So if I get an assignment fee, you think if it's a decent one or whatever, that would be 20,000 or 30,000 then?
I would depend on the cash flow. So let's say cash flow was only $300. Would you pay somebody $20,000 for $300? I don't think so.
20,000. That's not too bad still, no? Because I think the return on investment is quite good. You've been 20,000 to get 300,000.
Yeah, that's not too, but you can also sell it. Let's say you do, I mean,
18%.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah.
So I would
Got it.
place it out there, see who bites, see who doesn't, and then just work your way down.
Right.
But
Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
What I'm trying to say is don't go asking for a 45,000 assignment fee on $300. That's what I'm trying to say.
Sure. Understand. Got it. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Question.
Yes.
I have a seller that's in pre-foreclosure, and let me say this correctly. He's in pre-foreclosure, but he filed a bankruptcy, and he owes on the payoff $371,000, and then he owes the BK lawyer plus back payments $33,000, which comes to around $404. And the property the ARV is somewhere around, I don't know, maybe 389 or something like that.
Okay.
He wants to walk away with something in his pocket, though, him and his wife. The numbers are very tight. He has things that he has to pay off. He also owes $8,500 in taxes. Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out, because all the numbers are so tight, the interest rate, he says, is 5.25.
That killed it.
Okay. But when I looked at it, it said lower than 5.25. That's what he told me. But when I looked it up, I think it said 3 point. So I don't know. Pardon me?
The mortgage statement. Get a copy of the mortgage statement.
Okay. So is there anything I can do with this?
If the cash flow is right. So we would need to know what the correct interest rate is so that we know what their payment is and we can see what the correct cash flow is with the market rent.
Okay. His monthly payments are $2,672.
What do you think it'll rent at?
Maybe he could, maybe around 2,700, 2,600. If you want to push it, it could rent for more,
Even pushing it, if it's a long-term rent and it's basically breaking even, maybe $100, $200 after property management fees or after any fees. I mean, it's eaten quick. I'm seeing that the entry alone to the owner, we've got 33, we've got 8, the owner wanting to walk away with something. Is there an agent involved?
Not yet. No.
Not yet. Make sure that doesn't happen. So we're around like 42, 43. Where are you going to fit? Do you want to hold it?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
To assign it, now you're at close to 50,000 with your assignment fee and no cash flow. No deal.
Okay. The numbers are just too tight for anything, even a creative financing or anything.
Yeah, because I would say, no, yeah, it's too tight. They owe too much. They got too deep in bankruptcy.
Okay. He said that he can maybe get that 33, just cancel his bankruptcy, and then he won't have to pay the 33 off. I was wondering, is there any way to negotiate with the bank to get that lower, and then maybe there's a deal, or no?
I'm not too great with the bankruptcy figures, but if that 33,000 could go down to maybe 10, 12, I think
No, yeah, I was saying his payoff, like if he's at 371, if I could get the bank to almost do not, somewhat of a short sale, for lower.
No, because even if they were to negotiate lower, they're going to want the whole thing. They're not going to negotiate lower and keep making, let you keep making the payments.
All right. Okay. I got you. Okay. Well, thank you.
What do we got here? So we got 2. What was the history on this? We've got 89 home. In April, they removed it at 280. So let's say they were to relist at 280 times 0.93. We've got 260. Subtract the loan balance of 228. Say 500. We've got 31,000. 31,000 in equity. They couldn't get it, so they were probably going to end up around 20, 25. after lowering the price and everything. A little tight, but if the cash flow is right, what was the payment? Yeah, you could pull off 500 bucks cash flow on this. Yeah, this could be something. Let's call them up. Let's see. Sorry guys, my computer's overloaded and it's not cooperating. Sorry guys. Check out that rate.
Please leave your message for 86.
That was the wife. I'm gonna call the husband. Who seems to have gotten the boot out of the house in December. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, there's no phone number here. Dang. I wonder what they did with this house. I would guess they rented it. Ali, talk to me. What's up?
I'm my son connecting with you. I know I have videos. I'm just only been around 6 weeks. And I was going through the contracts and the paperwork, but it doesn't explain much about foreclosure. Do you use the same form for foreclosures?
On the deal submission sheet.
They're looking at different contracts to sign when you go to a foreclosure person and they want to give up the property or they want us to pay the arrears as a SubTo. I'm wondering if it's a different form for foreclosures or is this the same form?
I'm so sorry, I missed the first part of it. What was the form that you're comparing? So, what two forms are you seeing?
Well, the one that the agreement, purchase agreement.
The wholesale contract?
We're breaking up, I guess, right?
Yeah, you're breaking up. I can't really hear, at least on my end. Sorry. He's asking how to lock. Well, locking it up, a foreclosure deal was kind of, I'll just run through it. A foreclosure, you want to know what the arrears are. Catch up the arrears and see how much money you can put in the pocket of the owner. As long as you're under a decent amount of money, 10%, 12%, you've got a deal. You could just continue to SubTo. I think I lost him completely. Is he gone? Oh no, he's there. Thanks. Sorry, Ali. Message me, man. Message me on the side. You're muted right now. Sorry, the signal's bad. Hi, Brittany.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
I kind of asked a question in the chat, and I was wondering if you had agents working for you to get the tenants in these properties that you acquire, and on average, how soon are you able to get a tenant? Because I'm thinking about like costs coming out of my pocket, and so I'm kind of wondering how much, I guess, money in reserves I would need to start if I wanted to have long-term rentals.
Are you bringing your own money? Are you holding these yourself?
I would want to, yes.
Okay. Well, if you're using your own money, you don't have to pay back a private money lender, and all you have to pay is a property manager. I'd say put 20% to the side. 20, maybe add an extra 10 just for repairs and maintenance, depending on the year of the property. You never know what could go bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then on average, how long does it take you to get a tenant?
That's why I mentioned if you wanna hold, you wanna hold an area that's urban or suburban, so that you can have a high volume of people or influx. If you go and try and rent out in the country with $1 million property, I mean, you're looking at like 6 months. But if you can get close to a hospital, that's kind of my buy box. I want to be near a hospital. I want to be close to Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, Whole Foods. Those are my 3 little things that I try and look for. They usually rent pretty quick. And pretty quick, I know you want a number. I'd say like 3 weeks.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Damn, sorry guys. I haven't been looking at the side chat. IDL, I think I got to your question. Got a heavy rehab on their contract, 50% ARV. Go get them, Graham. That was you, Brittany. I'm seeing your question now. How do you determine your wholesale assignment fee would be? Rogelio, you want to raise your hand? You want me to go over what numbers? You said, can I go over numbers, please, to verify if it's a deal or not? I don't mind. That's what I'm doing kind of right now. I'm vetting these deals. Any house that I come across, I don't want to say deals, I want to say leads. This will tell me if it's a good deal. This will tell me if it's a lead, and this. So you want to look at the rate, you want to look at the payment, you want to look at the loan balance.
I can't see your screen.
You are right.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. You want to see the interest rate, loan balance, and the loan payment. Make sure your interest rate is under 5%. Make sure your payment, it's got some room in there, $300 to $500 from the retail market rent. And make sure that your loan balance is under the estimate or what they have it listed at. And if it's not, that's okay too. Just don't make it too much. Let's say it's 300, it's listed for 350,000 and the estimate is 300. Some people will overpay for a home, yes, but as long as there's cash flow. If you come across that situation and it's $1,500 rent and a $1,500 payment with no cash flow, you don't want it. Unless there's an area that you can do, you could do pad split, you can do a high Airbnb area. I personally am leaving that Airbnb model. I wouldn't recommend it, but to each their own. Tourism's going down quite a bit.
Okay. That helps a lot. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Fix house. 400 Marlboro. Hey. My puppy's out of breath. $385. I like this one. They tried to sell at the end of last year, basically market price, 385. Multiply that by 0.93, and then let's look what the balance is. We've got a loan balance of 360,782. They are negative $2,700. So in we come to save the day. And it's under $2,000 payment. Could probably rent this thing out for $2,400. Not too bad. Do you see how close the numbers are? There's basically no equity, but there's a very little bit of cash flow. On this specific property, let's take a look at where it's located. Hopefully it's a suburban urban area and not too far out. I'm sure it will be. What's around it? We've got a Baptist school. We've got a couple parks. Some plastic surgery is good to have in the area. Krispy Kreme, Starbucks, Chick-fil-A. Do you see, guys? That'll run in 2 seconds. If you're between a plastic surgery place and a Starbucks, smack in the middle, you'll have no problem renting it out. Let's call them. Not listed. And last year. 400 more. This might be a divorce situation. Shows that she moved from the property in April 2023. Let's jump into this fire.
Not available.
Damn.
Hello?
Hi, Stephanie.
Yes,
Hey, Stephanie, this is Jose. I'm calling about your property at 400 Marlboro in Chattanooga.
yes.
I was
Yes.
just seeing if you were still up for selling the property. I'm looking for something in the area. Specifically, I was looking at Blue Ridge, but Chattanooga seemed like a really nice area, specifically your neighborhood. Just wanted to see if you were open to
I
it.
am selling it.
Mhm.
I'm actually divorced now, and it is up for sale. My realtor is handling it, Nikki. And
Nikki.
it's, yeah, and she's handling that for me. I work nights, so that way I'm gonna have to, I've got too many other things on the plate to
Yeah.
handle.
I can
So,
imagine. I'm sorry you're going through
I'm
that.
not sure when she's showing it or anything because it's vacant and available,
Mhm.
so
Oh, you're
you
not
just
living in the
have to
house
reach
anymore.
out to her.
Did you move out of the house already?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. So you've got a place to go. We can close pretty quickly.
Oh, definitely.
Excellent. Okay, love to hear that. All right. Well, do you have Nikki's information so I could give her a call and see what we can do?
Sure. Hang on and let me look up. I'm gonna just give I'm gonna give her the cell phone number. I'm sorry, I was kind of on and off, nodding off. I've got to be at work at 6:15 tonight.
Oh my goodness.
So So hang on just a second. Let me look it up, okay?
Sure thing, thanks.
Okay, her number is 423-903. 6564.
Okay, and do you mind if I just, I want to make sure I've got the right numbers here. Do you still have a, it's an FHA loan, 4.9% payment of
That's correct.
$2,000 monthly? Your 2,000 payment monthly?
And it's around 2,700.
2,700 with the taxes and insurance and all that. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, well, sounds good. I'm gonna go ahead and give her a call. Is there anything I should know about the house? Maybe recent damage?
A new hot water heater is just honestly, we weren't there that long, just a couple of months. And it just, we've been married 14 years and it just, my daughter had just 24. She's not, it's just a long story. And it was time to go. It was just time for me to go. So
Yeah.
that's why we just ended up not being there that long. We thought that it could work things out. You know how you do that? You'll buy a house and it just didn't, it just wasn't going to work.
It's either a house, it's either a house or a baby. So
Do what?
it's either a house or a baby sometimes.
I know. So yeah. So yeah, it's vacant. He's gone his place and I'm in my apartment. So
Okay.
you just reach out to her and honestly, I'm still getting it mowed. It's just, right in a little cute subdivision and it's right, I just hit the interstate and go downtown.
Yeah.
And I'm at work in no time when I live there. So
Yeah, so you were pretty close to a Starbucks, so that's nice. Do you know if it
Right.
if it rents pretty quick? Do you know that area, how much it could rent for?
Honestly, I do not know.
Okay.
I did have someone approach me about renting it, but I have so many other things going on. My daughter getting married in October and everything that I just didn't
Want the headache?
I wasn't up for all that.
Yeah, I can imagine. It is being a headache, being a landlord, so. Okay,
Sure.
I'll go ahead and give Nikki a call and hopefully we could put something together. So you said you don't mind doing something pretty quick?
Oh, no, that I do not. It's just, she can kind of explain to you and see what can be done. I'm actually supposed to meet her. She's coming by my job tonight to kind of date me on some things and have me some signs and things. So,
Excellent.
she can, let me know. But yeah, just reach out to her. She works 2 different jobs, like in a gastro where she does scopes and stuff. So she might not be answering right then. So I'm not really sure about her schedule, what days she's working this week.
No worries, I'll be able to text her and if anything. But yeah, sounds good. Do you kind of want to know about how we purchased the property? Because I would just rather, I am going to bring it across Nikki. Our specific way is I like to buy properties with interest rate less than 5%. So being that it's a 4.9 was right on the edge, but I love the area. So the area is a big thing for me. What we do is we buy the properties. Sometimes I move into them, sometimes not. I might just because we're close to Blue Ridge, but we do usually like a midterm rentals to hop and things like that. That way we can cash flow off the rent. So if I were to just maybe rent the property for like 2,500, 2,600, we're not looking for like home runs. We just try and make sure that the mortgage payment is paid for and cared for and the house is cared for, things like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give Nikki a call and see if maybe I could structure something where we could present you an offer tonight. That way you don't have to list it again.
Okay, thank you
Yeah.
very much.
All right. Have a good rest.
You too.
Thanks.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Prep the land. What did you guys get out of that? Middletown, Delaware, sure. Let's take a look at that. Yes, we'll go over that. There's a
Why didn't
Tampa-
you want, Jose, why didn't you want to offer her SubTo right away? Because you want to do it slowly, you want to do it through the her broker?
I don't mind doing it through her broker just because it seems like well, number one, she's definitely going to go and sign the listing documents tonight. I don't ever
Mhm.
start off on the wrong foot. And she seems like a very old school person that has already gone through a ton of stuff with the divorce and things.
Yeah.
Why would I ask that and be like, hey, get rid of your realtor and let me just do this with you? She has a lot on her head, so she wants this offer plate. She wants the realtor to take care of. And it would even work out even better when I tell her I'm gonna pay your realtor cost that you hired. Now I'm
Mhm.
really instead of I could possibly work a deal, kicking the realtor out and doing all that, but why, I don't want to cause friction.
I see.
In
The
certain
only
sit-
thing I think you should have reminded her your name again. So if the broker doesn't listen, you could call her back again, and she'll like. But anyways, I'm sure she'll recognize your voice.
No. I text every time. I always text the homeowner that I'm going to be calling their realtor, and they'll remember me.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it.
Thanks for paying attention. Jeff left. Hi, first time here. Lead. Did we go through the bankruptcy stuff already? Yeah, she definitely needed someone to talk to Judy. I wouldn't totally avoid homes with an HOA vet. Just make sure that the HOA is low. Under $100 a month is preferable. Welcome, Josh. Yep, you're right, Brittany. Give him room to talk. Yeah, Ernest. We're all human, man. Forget the real estate aspect, forget the business aspect. If I were to go and knock on her door, I bet you she'd invite me in for coffee. But yeah, let's get to the agent. Sorry, Ricardo. I'll try and get a little closer.
Hello.
Hi, Nikki.
Yes.
Hey, Nikki. I was just speaking with your client, Stephanie, regarding the property on Marlboro that you're going to put up for sale.
Yes.
Yeah, she mentioned you guys were meeting tonight just for the documents and stuff. So I figured I'd give you a call. Yeah, I was interested in the property. I personally am looking kind of in the Blue Ridge area, but Chattanooga is also a good scope for me to buy properties. I'm from Florida, so I just wanted to ask you, do you know about how much it would rent for? You're kind of the expert. I wouldn't know too much about that.
What the house would rent for?
Yeah.
It's 3 bedrooms, and you can make the bottom one a separate apartment if you decided you wanted to.
Okay.
But I would say probably 2,500 to 2,700 would be right at where that would rent at in that area.
Okay. Okay, sounds reasonable. I just didn't know if that specific market had gone up a ton with the rentals, because I know everybody's been approached. It has, yeah.
Chattanooga has
Yeah.
tremendously. They've almost doubled. I've gone from, $1,100, $1,200 a month for a 3-bedroom apartment now to 18 to, 2,000.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah. So you probably could get a little bit more, but that's just depending on how you wanted to work it out. As it is right now, that's where it would rent at. If
Okay.
you made that downstairs a separate apartment, you could probably get more.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for the tip on that. I wanted to note she didn't tell me. I completely forgot to ask. What was the price that you guys are looking at listing it at?
We were actually looking right around 230.
230 or
Sorry, 330.
330?
Sorry.
Okay. So
Yes, 330.
330 on it. Let me see here. But I did notice that, did she happen to pay her loan balance down? Do you know? Because I online it said that she owed about 360.
Yes, but this will be a short sale.
Oh, okay. Well, do you think, I know that's an extra cost for her. Do you think she'd be, well, she did mention that she was open to something like where I take over the payment, and we keep the interest rate right now that she has, because she's got a 4.9.
Correct.
So what interests me is taking over the property, keeping the mortgage in place, but we get the deed to the house. That way we're responsible for any fixes and
You would basically do an assumption of her loan.
similar to an assumption, but with an assumption, we would have to requalify and the interest rate would jump up. So it's actually called a subject to, and I could send you some info via email.
Yes.
But I can actually, instead of her getting a short sale, put some money in her pocket, because I know she's going through a divorce and I'm sure she's incurred a ton of costs.
Yes.
So what I do is I actually pay for your commission and the closing costs.
That's
Just
awesome.
to be able to, put some more money in her pocket, and it alleviates her a little bit.
That would probably work.
Yeah, okay, great. Do you know if she already lives in another place or she's renting?
She does.
Yeah, she's fine. Okay. Well, let me see what I can structure. I'm gonna try and get as much money as possible to her pocket, but at the same time, we do have to probably fix some stuff. Do you think it needs like paint and just a normal lipstick
No.
rehab? No?
No, I mean, unless you want to. She painted it in July, this past July.
Okay.
The paint looks great. Everything in the house is very nice and in working order.
Mhm.
Honestly, there really isn't anything to do in the house.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you prefer, grays as opposed to brown. She has more of a brown palette.
I don't mind it at all. I'm so tired of the gray.
Okay, and that's the way it is right now. It's actually really nice.
Okay.
I wouldn't suggest painting it unless you absolutely wanted to.
Okay.
The granite's in great shape for the kitchen. All the kitchen's in great shape. There really is nothing wrong that needs to be fixed.
How about the roof? That'd be the next.
The roof actually looks great.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. Yeah, let me get something together. Maybe you don't even have to list it. If you want, even if we went under contract, I wouldn't mind you guys doing an open house. I don't really care, because I know your business is trying to get some more clients. So whatever you guys
Hell
want
yes.
to do, is perfectly fine with me, because I know we'll be under contract. And if I could get some money in her pocket, she'll be happy.
Yeah, she would.
Okay, excellent. Well, let me put something together. What's your best email to send this over to?
It would be, and can they text it to you? It might be easier.
So much easier. Thank you.
Okay.
I really do appreciate it. Okay,
No problem. Thank you.
okay, bye-bye. So do we call in cities or do we call out of state? All it takes, guys, be nice. This could be done by all of you. All of you guys, I didn't say anything out of this world. You just have to be a good human, a personable human, just kind of relate. Don't cause any friction. It'll always work out for you. I don't even care what the commission would be. Did you notice that I even told her, like, go and do an open house, go get some buyers. As a realtor, I know I personally love when a house sells quick, but at the same time, when we sell the house quick, we've only got the one commission check. When we do an open house, we're not going there to sell the house. We're going there to get another listing. We're going there to get another buyer, 2 or 3 buyers. So if I can offer that to her, I'm already in. And the fact that she told me conservatively, I'm probably at like 25, 2,700. This is a deal. This is a SubTo deal. And it was on the fly. I'm going to put an email to, I'm going to put an offer together for her. And yeah, I'll be all set. What time is it? 3 o'clock? You guys want to go 20 more minutes?
Sure. I have a question. So I'm new to the Elephant Challenge and just all of this. So my question is, you can pay the realtor the commission fees?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it looks like the owner was willing to pay for a short sale.
Okay.
We're going the opposite way. Instead of her spending money or having to pay a fee, I'm no attorney, a 4-month deal. Short sales are like 3-4 months. Yeah, I'll gladly pay the agent.
Okay, well, I'm Sandra, and I had the question in the chat about the pre-foreclosure and filing a bankruptcy. Can you just, and maybe if this is on a different recording, I can definitely go to that, but I'm not sure just really how to handle the call, how I can offer any help to her. It is pre-foreclosure. She just got the list pendants in April, so there hasn't been an auction date yet.
And you want to kind of help her with the bankruptcy fees?
Yeah, I mean, I know I probably need to just find out all the information. But then if it's in pre-foreclosure, she wants to sell, but she thinks maybe she needs to sell after she does the bankruptcy. So right now she's in between. And is there anything that I can offer that would help her maybe even not have to file the bankruptcy because of the liens and things, and just buy it out? Kind of like, how can I do that?
Try and talk to there's no trustee yet. Try and talk to the bank and see if you could catch up the arrears. But don't say that it's an investor. Just say that the owner is going to come across some money. Is it possible to catch up the arrears and get back to current?
Okay, okay.
Would be step one. You don't want to totally fire the bankruptcy attorney. Try and get that information first, because if that doesn't work, then you probably are she's going to need to do bankruptcy.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Thank you.
Who else we got? Rogelio, you're unmuted already. What's up?
Yeah, so at this point with this property here, since the agent agreed to accept a SubTo,
Correct.
the next step would be to put an LOI in place, or just send a full-blown contract.
Good question. I might send a full contract on this one. Usually we do an LOI just for them to kind of get acquainted with subject to and all that. They were both so nice. I'm pretty sure I could get away with just sending the contract straight out.
So you would use the realtor contract, the realtor state contract, or?
No, we have our own subject to contracts internally. And they protect both the seller and myself when we buy. And they're just a little bit better contracts. I suggest if somebody's giving you some issues about you using your own contracts, tell them, hey, feel free to send this to your attorney and have your attorney call me.
Okay. All right, and then from there, once that's all signed and all that, then it goes to escrow.
Correct.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm learning more and more. Thank you.
Glad. That's what it's for. No, totally different from the Gator purchase contract, guys. When you find a title manager or escrow, not sure what the question is, Lisa. What do we got? Rose? What's up, Rose?
Hi, Hazine. I call you Mr. Smooth Talker because you did that with such ease. I love it. Love it, love it. But question, does estimate say 385, 400, and she have 26,000 something in the equity? So would she still have to pay to sell that property because the equity is so small?
On this one that I just did?
Yeah.
No, if the realtor, well, I don't know if you heard it, the realtor initially said 230 and then she said 330. Then I asked her, wow, it's underwater. Okay. So they were willing to do a short sale. What they would have done traditionally is immediately do a short sale. Yeah, they would have been underwater and they would have had to either pay or wait for the short sale to get approved.
Okay, true. Because she owed 360. Oh, I was looking at the Zestimate. The Zestimate is it's worth 385, but they were selling for 330. So basically they're lowballing themselves. So they would have to come out of their pocket regardless.
That.
But that's why this is perfect SubTo.
Yes, correct.
All right, awesome.
Yep.
Got it.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Ernest, talk to me.
Oh, what's up, Mr. Smooth? How you doing today?
Awesome. I
Um,
like
that was great, bro. That was great. Can you hear me? Sorry, I work outdoors. Let me turn my vehicle off. Now that was great. I remember one of the last things you had, and one of the guys you called him, and he was like, "I'm not talking to a realtor." I don't know. You're like, "Hey, I'm not a realtor." I was like, "Whoa, that was powerful. That was good." My question is like, so you're really advanced. You're really great at what you do, and a lot of us, like me, are new. So, um, like you're teaching us how to go about doing this. But would it be better to like after I get the number to the people, like just shoot it over to you guys, so you guys take it over, or like still tell them like, because I don't know what to tell them, like, you know, if I can give them money or not. I don't know how to do the percentages, you know what I mean? So like, would it be better to just give you guys all that information and then we could like JV it like that, right?
Absolutely, man. I strongly suggest that, just because at the beginning, you kind of, I feel like if I was to stutter at any point in time throughout that conversation, instead of being like smooth and stuff about it or calm,
Yeah,
I could have thrown something off. You got to show like confidence that you've done this a million times. So at the
yeah,
beginning, please don't feel that you have to bring us a perfect deal already set and laid out. There's so many, like I forgot who it was. One of you guys, baby elephants, are killing it right now. I forgot who. Yeah, I want to shout you out, Kevin Turner. This guy,
oh,
he just 3 leads in the last 2 days, and they're all deals.
really?
I'm working them out, and they're all killer deals. I'm just like, because he's doing is the introduction. He says the small stuff like, yeah, we see right now that you're not going to be able to profit much from a traditional sale. We've got an alternative. Can we, do you mind if we speak with my money guy? He
Yeah.
deals with the finances and all that. All I do is find the right property, and they're open to it.
Oh, nice. Okay. And those are just for foreclosures, correct? They're not for like SubTo deals or for foreclosures?
These are more for SubTo low equity deals, but you can also set it up for foreclosures too. It wouldn't really matter. It's the same
Oh, okay.
beginning pitch. Let's see how much money we could get in your pocket.
Oh, okay. Because I've sent leads to there was two leads. Well, actually, one of them you have, I believe that one is the foreclosure lead because it has a lot of different like APN numbers and all that stuff. And there was another lead. It was like a SubTo lead, and that was just the address and your email, and that was it. It had like a lot of less questions. So I believe the one with yours is foreclosure questions, right?
Similar, yeah. I do throw in the arrears portion in my sheet just in case it
Okay.
is a
Okay, got it. Thank you, man. You're doing awesome. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
I'm glad you're getting value out of it, man. Sending you guys my info. Can you walk us through how you will structure? I would structure this deal. This one is just a straight low equity. She doesn't want any money, so I'd probably just pay her. I'm gonna put an offer of $5,000 and 5,000, and let me see what the commission is. She said 330. She said 330.
8,002, I think, roughly you have to pay.
So I would pay 82.50.
2.5%, is that right? Yeah,
Correct.
8,250 if it's 2.5%.
Yep. I don't want the agent getting the idea that she could get money on the traditional market if she was to go and get a contract regularly. She doesn't seem like the type to do that, but she was so nice that I'd rather just give her the full commission. Sometimes I would offer only 5, 4, something like that. But I mean, give when it's available. So I'm gonna do 5,000, 8,000 to the agent. That's 13. I will probably keep this one. I think I want this one. I really want to get the heck out of here. I want a house that I can leave to the country. Yeah, we'll see. And if not, I've got room to assign it. Plenty of room, because the house is worth, let's say, 350, 380. 10% is 35,000. We've got like 20 to play with. And I think on this specific property, we're walking into equity. Remember, she was gonna list it for 330. That's 50,000 under market value. I could come in and literally sub to this property and walk into 50 grand equity. So let's say the payment was 2,700 and the rent is 2,700. I'm walking into no cash flow. Immediately, you guys are thinking, weird deal. But at the same time, that's on long-term rent. And that's where you want to be at a minimum. One, I'm walking into equity. Two, I'm walking into an under 5% rate, even though it's a little high, it's still right at 5. Cash flow doesn't matter if it was long-term rent. This specific property, I think, is pretty close to general areas where it could be a midterm rental. It's probably not in an HOA, so I can try and convince Patsplit. I've got a couple contacts in Patsplit that I could go and maybe add some rooms to it and rent it by the room. Who knows? There's so much pain going on. I'd have to research the area. I'm probably gonna fly out there if we get to a deal and just get a lay of the land. Just kind of do your own thing, make your own due diligence. But regardless, I'm at least at par, zero, if not better. If I do Patsplit, I'm probably gonna profit $1,500 a month. If I was to do midterm rentals, probably like 2 grand. Who knows? But either way, I'm at least paying for the mortgage and making sure that I can keep my word and perform on this seller's note. How do we send you leads? Do you have a list we can call? Rose, so guys, that's what I've been trying to teach you throughout these videos on the foreclosure series that I did, the low equity series on my YouTube channel. Go back and do the replays. I want you guys getting your own leads. If I was to send you a list, all you're gonna do is fly through them. You might not even go back and look for it, but you're not learning how to build your own leads. What happens if the day comes that you JV with somebody and they've been sending you leads, and you're doing great? Something, God forbid, happens to them. What are you gonna do to find your food? Find your own food. This is the lion's den. This is leads. Go and get your stuff, and I'm teaching you how to do it. It doesn't take a lot of leads. It doesn't at all. I promise you, you guys can do it. I just want you guys to fend for yourself. And if you can do that before coming into SubTo and joining, you're gonna blow up. You're gonna make so much money. You're gonna do so well. You're gonna help a lot of people. What are the criteria for leads in Zillow to look for? Let's run through it real quick, just so we can go one more time on it. Rent out to a professional seems better. Yep.
Can I chime in on something?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I mean, I just started being consistent last week, as of Monday, July 10th, and I've honestly only made about 35 phone calls to agents, and I'm waiting for the agent to send me the copy of the mortgage statement. And I'm about to send out one contract. So so it doesn't take much. Don't overwhelm yourself. You don't have to pull a list of, 10K records, 5K records, right? Just, keep it small, make 5 calls a day, 10 calls a day. Like Jose said, earlier, just, keep it, just keep it smooth and, I don't know, just keep it, and I just ask for help. Jose's here. We're all here for you guys. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for chiming in. Do you see? I'm not getting paid to say this stuff.
Yeah. And, we were going at it, there was multiple offers on the table and, mine just happened to be the best one. So I'm just waiting for that mortgage statement. And then, we're getting that sent out.
Very cool, man. Very cool. I'm happy for you. I'm glad this is working.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Of course. Regina, I think you wanted me to go through a lead real quick. I want to make sure I do this with everybody live.
Okay, yeah, I think you already have the guy's number.
Yep.
That's the one in Maryland, yeah.
Want me to go through it?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's see if he picks up this time.
Okay.
See if I could even find it. Hang on, guys. You got to check out this property. You guys cannot see my screen right now, right? No? Okay, good. I'm going through these lists. Was it Riverhaven?
River, yes.
Okay. Cool. Can you guys see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Thank you. Mm, Forgot what unit it was. This specific property was brought by one of you guys, and I really like it just because it's a new condo community. And it's really, really, really nice.
He already had the tenant in there.
Yep. He had a tenant in it. Well, we initially called because he tried to sell it and it was empty. But when we called him, he said he's got a tenant and kind of hung up on me. Perfectly fine though. So this is the unit. How nice that is. Super clean. Gym, pool. They tried to sell it, or no. We just called directly. Rents for 2,900. It's got,
We can't see what you're looking at, Jose.
yeah, thank you.
We're just seeing some files and Stephanie and Johnson.
Okay. Thank you for telling me. Are you guys just looking at my face?
No, we can see the True People search screen.
Yeah, we could see what you're looking at now.
I picked the wrong one. Okay, so you guys see the Zillow now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Man, my internet is spotty. I don't know what's going on. So with this property, rents for about 2,900. It's got an HOA, forgot what it was, 300 bucks. And we've got a payment of 1,536 here at 2.8. So what we want is the cash flow. Even if the HOA happened to go up to 300 or 400 bucks, we're still at 2,000 and being able to rent it around 2,700, 2,600, 5, 6, 700 conservatively. Sorry guys, I'm going through all these windows. Let me get his phone number now. Riverhaven Drive unit. let's see how quickly I get hung up on. You guys want to bet? We're gonna go over under 30 seconds.
Call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 2-1. Call has been forwarded to an automatic voice.
All right, we tried. Usually in these situations, guys, go ahead and text them. Please don't use your personal numbers. Use Google Voice. It's free. Grab a phone number. Just so you're safe, you know. What else? What else? What else? Somebody wanted to hit another county and I missed it. Actually, I've got a leader meeting in 20 minutes. I am so sorry.
Can you still list the criteria? You were about to say the criteria. So I was gonna start looking because I'm calling. I'm doing something, maybe something I'm missing. So
The criteria for what?
just what you're looking for and the margins when talking to the agents. Looking on Zillow, is there a certain margin? Is there something I'm looking for? Days on market, price decrease? What am I looking for to, you know, to get a potential
Want to
lead?
give me an address? Just a sample address?
Do I want to give a sample address?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This one is 312, excuse me, 3213. Let me write it in the chat. That would be better. 3123 Broad Tucking. Okay. You got it.
Let's see. Okay. Wow. You're right. That is a weird one. In Vegas. Let's go. Okay. Good example. Thank you for sharing this. For those who stay till the end, you're gonna stay for a good one. Okay, so first thing I look at Zillow, history. What's going on? We want to know what we're looking at. They haven't relisted since they last purchased in March of last year. Okay. So we want to see how they purchased last year. Just because it says 415 doesn't mean it's 415. So we go back and look at the balance. It looks like they put a hefty down payment. Maybe 50,000.
Yep.
So with that, we know this loan balance got brought down quite a bit, so that's fine. 363, and what we're going to do is we're going to grab this estimate since it's not listed. Whatever that value is, multiply it times 0.93.
Okay.
That is going to give you the number after commissions and closing costs. And then you're going to go back into prop and subtract the loan, 363,594. We're at a negative $3,000. So if they were to go and list the property with an agent, they'd basically break even or lose a little bit.
Okay, back up.
You went 387 times 0.93. I got that. Then from there, subtract the loan balance. Okay, and then can you show the loan balance one more time? The 53 that I can't only because your screen is so small. That whatever that says, what does that say?
363,594.
363,594. Okay, I'm with you.
With that number, we're negative $3,033, right?
Mm-hmm.
The owner would have to pay, traditional, would have to pay to get rid of their house. We come in and say, hey, instead of us giving you a traditional offer where you would have to pay for the home, we've got repairs and stuff we need to make. We're still going to offer you cash for the home, but we can't offer you too much because it looks like we have to make a few repairs. It looks like we've got a power wash.
He did all that. Yep, these are older pictures. He did all of that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For their time and for adding some value to it and cleaning it up, let's offer them $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
We would offer them 5,000, see if that works, and just let them know we do still have to carry closing costs. So with closing costs, if you want to tell them that we have to put furniture in it because we're going to do an Airbnb, whatever you feel like the seller would want to hear is to know that you guys are spending a decent amount of money and you're going to care for the home. Good. Sorry, guys. So yeah, with this property, what else would you want to know? So
That's the one. It's in just really what looking for. That one is the one. It's in pre-foreclosure, and he filed a bankruptcy, and he wants to move. He wants to sell, but he wants 20K in his pocket. So now I've got him down a little bit low. Yeah, I've got him down a little bit lower now, but I just want to see what's something there. And then, like I said, I think that the interest rate was 5.25, but I'm not sure on that. Do you see it there? I thought, because I saw something different. That's what he told me. I saw 3 something.
Yep, 3.5.
Yeah. Okay. So from there, what else does he want? He has other things to pay off for the bankruptcy, 33,000 to the lawyer and fees, and then I think 8,500 in taxes, back taxes.
And he wants to walk away with 20,000 too?
Yeah. And I've got him down a little bit, but I'm just trying to see if there's anything here before I just say no.
You've got to get that bankruptcy down. Without that, we really, I mean, you're at like $60,000 entry.
Okay.
It's just too much.
Okay. He said, what if if I was willing to give him some money, he would cancel the bankruptcy, but he would have to know that it's going to sell because they're going to come after him as soon as he cancels.
That's why I mentioned to call the lender and make sure that you can catch up the arrears before canceling the bankruptcy, and have him on the line. Just do it together.
Okay.
That way he knows that you're not just talking to talk. You know, he hears it from the lender. Yes, you can catch it up. Try and get an end date. Up to what day can I catch up the arrears? What's our limit? And they'll give you 30 days, 15 days, whatever it is. And yeah, with that, you'll have the proof with the owner that you can catch it up and the lender just approves it and get rid of that bankruptcy fee. You're not going to be able to get rid of all of it. The attorney's still going to want to get paid.
Right. He said that they got paid on the front end too, like 3 months or something.
Yep.
So, okay. So I noticed too, you're looking at on-market properties. Did I see that correctly? Because my computer kind of glitched.
It could be on or off market. It doesn't really matter to me. As long as it's low equity or we've got foreclosures, some are on, some are off. As long as the years are there. We just want people that are willing to be helped.
Okay. So at that point, to get it in, say if I want to wholesale it, some I want to, of course, I want to keep and build my portfolio, but right now to build up liquid cash, if I want to wholesale it, dealing with the agent, how would that work?
You would need to get that fee way down so that you could fit your wholesale fee in it.
Okay. Okay, got you.
You're saying not as a SubTo, as a regular cash wholesale?
No, even as a SubTo, you know, how people get SubTos under contract and then they wholesale it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really what I do with all of you guys. We partner up, we JV, and then we wholesale them out if I don't buy it.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to be at the correct numbers so you could fit your wholesale fee in there. Nobody's gonna buy a SubTo deal that's at 20% because of your fee.
Right, right. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Anybody else, guys? Thank you, Andrew, for being there. So you have to pay the lawyer fine. Yeah, I know. That whole thing is crooked. Dang, Middletown, Delaware. Hey, Rose, go into my profile, click my Calendly, and let's go one-on-one on some stuff out there. I'd love to buy out. in
Sounds
Delaware.
good. Thank you so much. Awesome. Thank you.
Brandon, my long-term big goal, I'm working on my teams right now. What I want to do is get somebody in my place where I am right now to go through these leads, to someone that is a good closer that can go through these maybe not so great leads also and make them something. I'm in that transition now where I want to scale and get to something else. So right now, as long as you guys keep JVing, bringing leads, even SubTo students that are a little more experienced, if they want to jump in and grab stuff like this, I want you guys practicing with me, practice the calls. I want to see that you can overcome all these objections. I really want to fill this seat so that I could start preparing for my multifamily move. I'm going to start shifting to syndications and things like that, maybe a fund of a fund for acquiring multifamilies at the beginning of next year. But right now, I am, for the next 2 months, wholesaling as many creative deals as possible so that I can build up a good account to start buying properties to hold for those next 3 months, starting October, November, December. Once I hold for those 3 months, I am looking at holding as many properties as I can in those 3 months. And then after that, see where life takes me. I didn't even know I was going to be here with you guys. So you just never know. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. You guys have a good one. I'm going to hop off. Like I said, you guys know I'm going to put my info in the chat again for those of you that have been here for the first time. I've got my YouTube channel on there, a Calendly for you guys to jump in, and I've got the deal submission sheet there also. Feel free to jump in, grab those links, make some appointments with me. Yeah, let's rock some deals out, guys. Thank you, Rose. I appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.